이거 보래. 제가 가정도 많아. 네, 나빠 사기 봐요. 자동 집에 자동 고쳐서 써버려요. 고쳐서 이거지. 사기 초당 비디오에서 사기에 탑도가 우리 고시락 해버려. 거기 조금 탑게 되는 메트로 타고 람티 잡아라는 시발지. 조금 내리 쭉 줘버려. 내려오게. 쭉 가는 다 상태고. 상태에 저렇게 딱 보자. 저렇게 대사 보자 줘봐거나. 이 참 내가 보이서 머리 인생에 막 더. 타톱 그 사진 그 사진 최고 잘했죠. 나한테 내가 상태야 요래지. 탑에 되는 코로나도 또 그래. 탑에 많이 해서 말이야. 다들 보지 기보래.
So now we come to the refuge vow. And so first of all, generally speaking, the refuge throughout all the Buddhist traditions is always the same. There's no difference. The refuge are the three jewels grant protection. The three jewels are the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. The Buddha is the teacher who showed us the method. The Buddha is someone that possesses great wisdom, and he showed us the method to be protected. He said, actually, I can show you the path that leads to liberation. However, liberation itself depends on you. So what actually protects you, your true refuge, is actually the Dharma. So to put it into simple terms, the Dharma is your own practice of love and compassion. If you sustain love and you practice patience, then temporarily you will always take birth in the higher realms, always finding birth as a precious human being. And ultimately, as a result of love, you become free of self-grasping and you can attain enlightenment. So the Buddha had said that I cannot protect you. I can only show you the method for protection, for the method to be protected. Protection or liberation depends on yourself. So that's an important thing to understand.
니는 천사만 받고 있는 천대. 니는 내가 제나 니 다도 내가 보이선 니면 제가 다도 사지제 타고 있었나 랍타고 지금 안 보터와지. 그것도 보고지 다들이 타고 지금 로터버리스 이제 소발이 또 타들이 상계 취상이게 들이 보고지니 들이 내가 나도 고쳐서 뭐 두개 요래 나도 고쳐서 가리 사지 저 시락 소속 센터에 사지 권도 세마 사지 대식 그 뭐지 저 대식 그 뭐도 너무 그래서 저 대식 그 뭐지 센터 여기 상으로 상지 저 요리 사활이고 남발이고 사활 내가 되는 말 사활 남바 이거 말 센터 대식 그 뭐고 로라고 그래 사지 참말이 요리 사기부터 주의 3년째 주지 뭐 3년째 사기기로 시작하다 가리 맞잡기도 뭐 쇼고 다 톱송시 다 송고 소주 가리 송고 다 주가고 사지 공고 통화야 보시고 오 송고상도 되게 딱 열심히 가리 그때 간 것들이 다들 리긴 삽질이 남이 출력 뛰면은 이거 하면 리긴 삽질 다시 버려서 또 탑질이 좋은 결심이 리긴이 했어 내가 말은 이제 용띠 무서워서 말하면 했었고요 다들 라왕은 탑질을 라면 아재 그 리긴을 따라 대세지 대서 하자 놓아쳐 버려 이때 다 어쨌든 놀라게 용띠 용거 말이 리긴 좋죠 열심히 했어 그때
so we can say that Buddhism itself is just like the three jewels, it's just like one country. And the king of that country is the Buddha, or the Buddha of this aeon, this kalpa. And when you take the refuge vow, you become a citizen of that country. And the 37 Bodhisattva practices are your passport to go there. And also the 37 practices are your law book of that country. So if you follow the law of the country and you practice according to the 37 practices, then temporarily you will always take birth in the 3 higher realms, and ultimately you attain enlightenment or you take birth in the Pure Lands. So the method to achieve that was taught by the Buddha. The method itself is the Dharma, it is love and compassion, and the companion is the spiritual teacher, the virtuous friend. And that is explained in this refuge card that you will receive. The refuge card explains how the 3 jewels are actually within you. The Buddha within you is your own mind, your own wisdom mind. It is your Buddha nature. Gampopa had said the cause of Buddhahood is Buddha nature. Everyone who has a mind has that cause of Buddhahood. And on that basis, actually, there is really no distinction between Buddhist or non-Buddhist. We all have a mind, so we all have Buddha nature. So everyone has that. And then the method to awaken that, to attain enlightenment, is the Dharma, the practice of the Dharma, which, as it says in our card, in essence, is love and compassion. So the heart essence of the Buddha is your own wisdom. The heart essence of the Dharma is compassion. That is what you take refuge in. So what is the wisdom, the Buddha within you right now? For example, first you had this thought of, I'm going to take refuge, I want to take refuge. And then you think, now I have received the refuge vow. And then you think, now I must keep the precept, the training of the refuge. The one that thinks that, that's your inner Buddha, your wisdom. So what is the precept actually, or the training that we need to observe? It is to cultivate patience, to cultivate love, to treat everyone in a kind way. And how do we learn that? We learn that from the companion, the virtuous friend. And the virtuous friend is any teacher, for example, a worldly teacher, and also the spiritual teachers. They all are very precious. They are actually the supreme companion. Those teachers are our supreme companions because we can acquire many good qualities from them. They are very kind to us. And often, since we are people living in an independent country like this, we are often very prideful, thinking that the teachers are not that special, and we feel that they don't really know anything, or not much more than we do, and so on. But when we think in this way, we are really making a grave mistake, because then we will not be able to acquire any good quality. So in any case, that's the essence of the companion, which is also described in the refuge card.
대상치 뭐 도도를 해요리 소다시바 강리지다 저 통이 따라랑기 이나 내가서 타다 집사 가리나 강탑 쳐서 빵거지 이 고조라서 세무고지 이로지 토마토지 소살도 도는 거 토마토지 이 너봐 빵을 토라 강 피피제고 라는 낭물이 좀 돼서 생기 속자 차오도 될 피부 탑 가야 피부 좀 생기대 피고서 상태되고 에 사생글랑 사생글이 오래 들이지 생기 탐지 상기야 상기就是甚至상기에서 생기 탐지 상기就是하고를 되게 아 그 다나요로 나동 상소 상하시 봐 생기 탐지 상기 되요래 대하고 생기서甚至상기 되나 들이 그래서 하고 장기나 서로 직진 나게 생기 탐지들이 맞는 걸 내가 사용자들 통보고요래 우리들 라서 상기야 믿고 사용자들 통보를 때는 다나요로 나동 상소 돌들이 데려 와서도 소장하서 라디오가 뭐 보고 데리고래 이모도 데리들 협장기를 데리들 누가 강원도라 야방 보여래 소다 라자마 보여래 세타비제라 누구 시험도 도서 됐다서 왜 누가 띠땅띵 무엇 되는 자동 소리에서 강패피도 좋고 신기 탐지 상기야 요래지 대소 하고서들이 라고 주고서 하고 그래라 예로 주게 보는데 다 책들이 되지나 요래지
So we have the 3 levels of path, individual liberation, bodhisattva, and the Vajrayana path. And although there are many different levels, the essence, each of these paths has an essence that we can understand. And that is explained also in our refuge card. So what is the essence of the individual liberation path? It says in the card, it is to abandon harming others and its cause. So that means that you think, I am not going to do anything to harm others in any way. I will do my best to avoid any actions, large and small, that could harm others. I'm not going to do anything that I know will make others angry and upset. So if you have this commitment in your mind, then the essence of the individual liberation vow has arisen within you. So the essence is refraining from harming others. And then on top of that, regarding the bodhisattva vows, then you take the commitment that I am going to benefit others as much as I can, anyone, my family, people, animals, and so on. But if I can help them, I will help them. And if I cannot help them, I will hold the aspiration of wanting to help them. I will give them love. So that's the essence, that is the essence of the bodhisattva vow. And then regarding the Vajrayana vow, the essence of that is to understand that all sentient beings can attain enlightenment. They all possess the potential, they have the cause, because they have a mind. So it says on the card that when you cultivate a pure perception of the universe and all sentient beings, that is the essence of the Vajrayana vows. And it means in brief that you understand that all sentient beings have the cause of enlightenment. So if you then really get into studying and learning about the Vajrayana, you can see that this entire outer universe and all sentient beings are like the unripe seeds of a flower. Even though they do not appear awakened now, they have the potential, they have the cause. And that is a pure perception. That's the essence of the Vajrayana vows. So that is explained also in the Refuge card, and that is the essence. And then aside from that, you just practice and study, learn whatever you are able to do. So these are the essences. It is not to harm others. So once you take the refuge vow, in essence, you should think, I am not going to harm beings, I'm going to benefit beings, help them, and I understand that all sentient beings can attain enlightenment. So in brief, then also on the refuge card on the other side, there are the precepts or the practice of the refuge. And it says here first, and these are actually words that the Buddha spoke, which also represent the essence of his 84,000 teachings. And so he says first, do not commit any wrong. And so that basically means do not harm others. Try to help them, benefit them as much as you can. And perfectly practice virtue, that is to benefit them. And then it says completely tame your own mind. That means that body and speech are secondary. What's important is the mind. You have to exchange the selfish mind that thinks me with the altruistic mind that thinks of sentient beings. So, and then with that motivation, you engage in physical and verbal activities. When the Buddha says tame your own mind, he means purify self-grasping by cultivating love over and over again until there is no more self-grasping, until you become like courageous, like a bodhisattva. So that, he says, this is the Buddha's teachings. The Buddha's teachings is to purify your own mind. When you purify your own mind, the ice block of self-grasping melts and becomes one with the ocean water. And then there is no more obstruction in water. It's free and flowing. And that's the quality of Buddhahood. Like water, like the ocean. Sentient beings are like ice blocks. And that's the fault of self-grasping. So tame your own mind. That is the essence of the Buddha's teachings. And then also on your refuge card, there is a name, which is your refuge name. And that name is actually also very meaningful because you have the karma, the karmic fortune to receive this specific name. So you have a karmic connection to that specific name that you are going to receive. And actually, just to have a wish to take the refuge vow already arises only due to the merit from previous lives. For example, some individuals have taken the refuge vow in previous lives, and as a result now in this life, they want to take refuge. Actually, it is extremely difficult to even develop the wish that wants to take refuge. You need a lot of merit to just want to take refuge. Many people are afraid of taking refuge. Actually, the stronger our self-grasping, the stronger also our fear. So in any case, the words here in this refuge card are very important.
새끼 답지에 제아하는 나무 있잖아서 참을 제아요 말이지. 개들 말이 새끼 사월 새끼 참을 제아요. 제가 치고요. 사바체니요. 대책 파. 야, 얘는 설제와 친구 요는 끼자 피는 도과를 제아돼. 이거 올라도 그래. 내 새끼를 아니 라도 이도 니가 또 제가 지랍 탐지를 내면 쥐ጭ고도 상태에 저는 세상 이상 고소하지 상태 라마탑 상태 라마탑 주바요래 다 대인들이 파고있는 용이 상태 처지나 상태가 주바요라고 요래 이상 파고있는 이제 이제가 다 고송 나야 다 얘기했다 정도 통에 좋아서 받아 너그 통이지 새끼도 로소 찾아서 기둥이 선나 레리 돌아도 빨리 닦아요. 정도 하자 그냥 침보이 사기에 결로가 놀아서 봐 사기에 살려서 빨리 이렇게 왜 계속으로 참을 때 놀아 새끼도 피다고 아파고 게임이 일단은 돌아 이 소포들이 용바도 고토고래 그리고 니 워밀람데 다다리라면 워밀람데 아기니가 피밀람데들이 고시네 남기들이 알고 고시 들이 알고 고시 들이들이 가도 들이도 일답이다 보자 들이라고 고조선 들어요지 나와서 좀 되게 가품을 들이는데요 또 어디 지지 가도서 뭐남자고요 뭐남자 하다 가르치고요 개들과 저기도 막 시설이 매 이제로 높기는 그래서 나빠사지로 또 차상이에요 똑치고 뭐남다면 일단 사지 또 내게 송래로 돌아 먹고 있나요 사지 때바탕 수전 내면서 받으니 나와 매는 받고 배세서 몰라 또 까봐 장매 받아 사지 장매 몰라 또 simply 마세 받아 사지 매세 뭐 되게 나고 좀 뭐나서 나가들 타요 말았을 때는 새끼는 타요 말이지 새끼 맞에 바로 거기서 사진 돼야 돼서 거기서 사진이 새끼로 가자고 좀 그래서 보고 뭐 계속 뭐 와서 대냐고 시작하잖아 이 사진이 또 차상이고요 이러면서 또 마오냐 버센다 나가는 차도고요 이 사진이 또 어디지 하고 그래 대대대대대 가도서 뭐는데 아주 같이고 참이기 나 이제 나와서 이제 주송을 했지 어떻게 jakapte 차왕 차상다 똑대요래 보람 가리다만 그거요래 내가 토이서는 도쪽에 다쪽 사지고 방 도쪽에 내가 다 피바다 다쪽 대와서 다른 점도 봐토다 우리 집에 내가 하마오다 나 봐서나 오 당에 상태고 했지 다들 강아 삼아데 나한테 유목이 수요했지 내가 녹지 모서는 누구 저기 하고 내가 방시 내가 그저 상태에서 다른 나머지 좀 생기 상태를 상태에서 주고 받았다고 하자 미사고 다다람들이 차고요 내지나 내가 피바다 다톡 되어서 그러나 대사를 들리 봐요 우리 저도 봐 쌈이 쳐버리 뒤통수나 이제 잡이도 봐 보라짝서 그래서 가프도 뭐하자고 제들 무슨 말하냐 잡이 나빠 사기와 연조 가가 말이죠 내 마치 쭉 이마한테 얘기 말이 가서 가가 말이 고소다라는 게 다디는 시동 잠을 자지 조용하다 오면 고소를 조사만 보여요 너나 출력의 요리 좀 얘기 말이 좀 참을 거 같지 그래. 근데 소치할 때 나가라기 차로 그래. 주로 매번 마찬가지 파마리 저 상태 보세요. 생님하고 파마 보여 말이 배나. 쭉 참아 되는 거래. 잡지면서 습에 가지고 차로 와서 내들이 파장지 나디가 파장에 저기 시작해 보죠. 내용을 배나 제도 비용상 좀 잡아요. 들이 나한테 이게 배포들이 잡다고 이제 내가 보여요.
So, after you have taken the refuge vow, you become a sangha. And now, in general, it is said that as a sangha, there are many precepts, many practices to be done. We refer to the sangha as a noble, superior sangha. For example, I'm sitting on a higher chair. So that is because, like, maybe I'm kind of similar to a sangha, although I don't really have all the qualities of a sangha. But in any case, what I do have is love, and that's the quality of a sangha to have. Ordinary sentient beings, they also have love, but the love is limited to their family and their friends and so on. They do not love everyone. If you're a sangha, you think, I'm a sangha. As a sangha, I must have love for all sentient beings. I must have boundless love. And that is the first reason why the sangha is superior, noble. Second is that ordinary people, while they have love, they can easily lose their love when they get angry and then they start fighting. And in that way, their benefit and the other's benefit is lost. As a sangha, no matter what other people do, for your own benefit and the benefit of others, you understand the cause of all happiness is love. Therefore, even if someone were to come and kill me, I would not get angry at them. I will practice patience. So that's the second quality of sangha. They have love and they will not lose their love because they also have patience. And that is why we refer to them as a noble or superior sangha. So a noble sangha must in brief possess these two qualities of love and of patience. And as a badge to represent that, you will receive this little pin, which is like the sangha badge. Then you know that I am a noble sangha. And the mantra on that pin is the liberation by seeing mantra, which also is on the red sticker that you receive, that you can put, you can stick it on top of a doorway, like your entrance door at home. And also it's the same as those wristbands that you will receive, the same mantra. We mentioned it yesterday too. The liberation by seeing mantra has the benefit of that anyone who sees it, any being with a body, a being without a body, human or non-human, anyone who sees it will purify negative karma. This mantra really has incredible benefits. And this mantra was actually spoken by the Buddha himself. It comes from the Forceful Waterfall Sutra. And we wear it on our bodies or as a pin and so forth, as a sign of being a sangha. And so in brief, being a sangha means that I must benefit sentient beings. Then next, when you come up for the refuge, a piece of hair will be clipped from right your crown. And what that means is that, so there are different doors in our body, which are related to the 6 afflictive emotions, basically. And there's one door that leads to liberation. And that the opening to that door is right here at the crown. It is the door that connects to the central channel. The door which is the path to liberation for self and others. So when you die, then the consciousness should leave through this door at the crown. And by clipping this piece of hair from your crown, I'm opening this door, so then the consciousness can leave from there when you die. And then also this piece of hair clipping will be kept in a little pouch, and I will always pray over this pouch and know that the 3 jewels are there to protect you. So that is the hair clipping, and then at the end, and while we do the hair clipping, we are also going to repeat concluding prayers, which are also extremely important, because once we take refuge, we are a Sangha, and it is that if only 4 Sangha members come together and pray and practice, then they connect to the power of all the Buddhas. So the practice of a Sangha gathering is extremely powerful. The power comes from the power of the Buddha's aspiration. For example, the Buddha was alive thousands of years ago, and no matter what happened to his teachings, people tried to bring them down, they still continue to blaze like fire. They can't be destroyed by no one. And that is due to the power of the Buddha's aspiration. And that aspiration is that in limitless aeons, limitless Buddhas will appear for as long as sentient beings exist. So it is their aspiration to continue to appear for as long as there are sentient beings. That is, for example, explained in the King of Aspiration prayer for excellent conduct. There it says, the sky has no limits. And similarly, sentient beings are limitless. And until there are no more sentient beings, Buddha's activities will continue to manifest. They will continue to manifest to benefit sentient beings. So if we realize that and then read these prayers, we are connecting to the power of the Buddha's aspiration. And then in doing that, this concept of me, this I, transforms and becomes spacious, like the sky. And within that, you can also realize the meaning of Mahamudra. So I will clip a piece of your hair, and while we do that, we will repeat those aspiration prayers, which are extremely important for those reasons. And then once you have taken the refuge vow, you have officially become a Buddhist, like being a citizen in a Buddhist country. And as a citizen, then you have all the rights and the powers of this country, the Buddhas to support you. And that means that all your virtuous aspirations will be accomplished. Temporarily, you take birth in the 3 higher realms, and ultimately you attain enlightenment. There will be a temporary benefit and ultimate happiness. So once you have taken the refuge vow today, and then you go back home, what you need to understand and bring with you is knowing that now I have to cultivate love. All of my suffering is created by my own self-grasping, my afflictive emotions. So today you recognize that. You recognize the causes of your own suffering, the causes of happiness. And understanding that, then you should begin to practice in this way, starting with your family, those who are near you, cultivate love, sustain it with patience, and actually right now already you will experience happiness even in this life. There already will be a temporary benefit leading into the ultimate happiness. So the power of taking the refuge vow is really actually inconceivable. It's unimaginably great if you really understand its meaning. So we will repeat those prayers, and in the meantime, while we do that, I will clip a piece of your hair. And then that would complete the refuge vow ceremony. And so all of us Buddhist practitioners then merge our aspiration, because our minds are actually connected. We are actually one. And actually, moreover, it's not just us Buddhists. In fact, we should see that all other religions, actually, we should see all followers of other religions also as a Sangha. They are also nothing separate from us. It just often happens that because of self-grasping. People use a religion to manipulate others, and that leads to all kinds of trouble. But actually, every religion has something good to take from, really. So when one has a religion, we should see them as a sangha, someone that we should show respect for. And everyone else who doesn't have a religion or any kind of path is a parent, and we need to have love and compassion for them. So basically there's only these two beings, those whom we respect and have devotion for, and those for whom we have love and compassion. If you see it all in this way, your mind becomes vast like the sky. Then whenever you meet someone from any kind of religion, you would feel, this is a sangha, I take refuge, you bow down to them. So then your mind really becomes vast. Look at your mind in that moment. In that moment, self-grasping disappears and wisdom arises within you. So the benefits of that are really inconceivable. So we will now proceed to the repeating of the refuge vow, and then next will be the hair clipping, and while we do the hair clipping, we will also repeat the concluding prayers. So while you repeat those supplications, think that in the space before me are all the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas, and in their presence I am taking this commitment. Okay, then please repeat. Noble One, please grant me your attention from this time on, and for as long as I live. I who am called and say your name, go for refuge in the Buddha, who is supreme among two-legged beings. I go for refuge in the Dharma, which is supreme among those free of attachment. I go for refuge in the Sangha, which is supreme among assemblies. For as long as I live, Noble One, please accept me as a lay adherent to the threefold refuge, who observes a few precepts. Master, please grant me your attention from this time on and until the essence of enlightenment manifests. I who am called, and say your name, go for refuge in the Buddha, who is supreme among two-legged beings. I go for refuge in the Dharma, which is supreme among those free of attachment. I go for refuge in the Sangha, which is supreme among assemblies, until the essence of enlightenment manifests. Master, please accept me as a lay adherent to the threefold refuge, who observes one or more of the 5 precepts. So next Rinpoche will say Tapyenom, which means this is the method. This is the method that the Buddha gave for sentient beings to become liberated from samsara. So Rinpoche says Tapyenom, and in response to that we will say Lexo, which means excellent.
Tapyenom. 놈도 말하는 레이에서 배수하지. 내가 그 짜서 그
So now, please come up one by one. Please do not all get up at the same time, but come up one by one, and Rinpoche will clip a piece of your hair. And also, we need to repeat the concluding prayers while we do that. Please repeat. Training, emulating all of the conquerors, may I bring excellent conduct to total completion and engage in wholly pure, stainless, ethical conduct that never degenerates and is without fault in this and every successive lifetime. May I never be separated from the three precious jewels for the sake of Dharma. May I be unstinting with even my life force and engage the purpose of sentient beings through great determination. May precious, supreme bodhicitta become manifest where it has not yet arisen. May that which has arisen not degenerate, but ever further increase in this and every successive lifetime. May I not be separated from the supreme teachings of the unequaled Trikung Ratnashri, and may glorious gurus take me into their care in all rebirths. May I never be parted from authentic gurus and always enjoy the Dharma's glories, having fully completed the qualities of the grounds and paths. May I swiftly attain Vajradhara state in each and every rebirth. May I be of noble lineage, clear-minded, devoid of pride, greatly compassionate, and respectful of the Guru. Thus may I observe the Samaya with the glorious Guru. Whatever aspiration prayers have been made for the sake of sentient beings, from ever excellent, great Vajradhara, on down to the kind root Guru, may every one of them be swiftly accomplished.
좀 요바드미 요다와 다들면야 주미주가 요와서 저렇다 제도 고소도 뭐 하냐면 주도 마마미 바에 독티브가 노동세 뭐 요게다 요와서 제도 그러면 이제 대마다 어디로 이제 요거라도 이제 장주는 제가 이제 자를 많이 로로도 뭐 간다고 하다더니 이놈들도 말이죠. 그래서 공리 주제 계속 관리 다 정도 마시서는 개비 고도 주는더니 강아지들 꼭 전부 모랑 갖다 놓고 이거예요. 모랑 떨어지니 딱 삼부터 소속에 나만 다 받으라 대비주가 또 주습이 사제 삼지 나봐도 갑자기 가버리 뭐하다 똑치고 눈이 멋져서는 빼라고 감정 생기 잡기를 나빠도 잡으려도 뭐나까에서 또 두고요. 다니 속에 상 많이 해버리더니 고조도 그다 보자 그래. 고조도 왜 가리 다 상제리 상제로 내가 토리 다도 되어 가지고 차라리 잡혀하미 봐. 그래지. 다시 디렉터리 뭐라도 이렇게 잊혀버려 가지고 나더니 로만 이제로 먹지는데 뭐라도 먹혀버리더니 라빠도 잡으려는 뭐라고 yap고 않았는데 그래야지.
So there was just one thing which I forgot to mention before. That's also very important. Now, regarding, we were speaking about the power and the incredible power of our aspiration prayers, and then how our intentions, our aspirations are going to be accomplished. And so the reason why we say that our aspirations are accomplished is because once we have taken the refuge vow and have become a Sangha, then we are connecting to three kinds of powers which accomplish our aspirations. The first power is called the power of your own intention, which is a pure intention. And then the second power is the power of all the Buddha's intention, which is a vast mind of love and compassion. And the third power is the power of Dharmadhatu, and on that level we are all actually one. So when these three powers come together, and once you have taken the refuge, you bring them together, then when only 4 Sangha members, for example, come together and pray, they do that for all sentient beings. And because that is a virtuous activity, any of their aspirations will become accomplished. And this is also how, when we take refuge, we will be protected from now onwards until attaining enlightenment. So temporarily we are always taking birth in the higher realms, and ultimately we attain the state of enlightenment. So it's important to remember the significance of our aspirations, the power of our aspirations. Our aspirations are extremely powerful, especially when 4 Sangha members come together. And so knowing that, therefore, it is important to make virtuous aspiration prayers for the peace and the well-being of everyone in this world.
See you tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah.